I don't know. This is a strange time.
In New Jersey, they're already talking about closing down.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
another quarantine or another shutdown. If it doesn't happen before Thanksgiving, it will probably happen after
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But the good news in New Jersey is the marijuana is illegal now.
Yeah, they made it legal. Surprise, surprise. Like people weren't going to pay attention to the law anyway. Didn't mean anything if they ignore the law because they don't believe in it. You know, so now they'll pay attention a little more.
Yeah,
Maybe.
this is for distract the people.
That's good that you say that. That is what happens. Is many times
Yeah.
people don't realize that when you are busy watching the TV and reading, there's something else worse going on. They don't report in the news.
Yeah.
You know, they make some kind of illegal agreements or they change armaments with another country or who knows.
Yeah, but the media is the new power. The media select the news.
Well, there is a lot of truth to that. Yeah,
Yeah.
there is. Oh, I'm realizing you don't have my camera. Why don't, there we go.
Yeah.
You were talking to a voice.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
So today I had my physical. I didn't have a physical. See, here's where you're supposed to use past perfect. I hadn't had
I
a
had
physical for 18 months.
what is
Right.
a physical?
A wellness visit with the doctor. They check your blood pressure. Maybe they do
Ah,
blood test.
okay. Is
No
everything
checkup or
okay? Everything okay?
yeah, they gave me another year to live.
Okay. Yes. Nice.
They said come back next year. Well, no, actually, the doctor said you're going to die in 6 weeks. I said, oh, I can't pay the bill. She says, all right, I give you another year. No, my insurance covers it. So, yeah, you know, she said you gained a little weight since 18 months ago. And I said, yeah, I got married. My belly is happy.
Yeah.
So, so she was okay with that. And
Okay. I'm happy for you.
my blood pressure is low. That's
Oh,
good. Or,
yes.
you know,
Good.
on the low side.
Disease is important.
But I have to worry a little bit about cholesterol.
Oh, how much?
I don't have the number in front of me, but it was on the high. It was on the side. The a doctor in the summer he wanted to put me on what kind of medicine here? Let's see, Avristatin. It's a statin drug, and my wife was like, "You're going to have a lot of side effects," so I never took the medicine.
Yeah,
He opened.
I take a little bit medicine for the cholesterol, and
Okay,
I take only 10 milligram,
could
and
be milligrams. Yeah.
it's good for me.
Oh yeah, this says 10 milligrams. Atorvastatin.
Okay,
Atorvastatin. So
okay. I
she said keep the medicine until I see your blood test, but she said work on your diet first. You know, I'm eating too much ice cream. I started eating a little more meat than I usually do. So
it's okay.
we'll see
It's
what happens. All right, I don't know where she is. She saw the message.
Ivana, answer on a
There she is.
message. Yeah,
There
maybe
she is.
maybe she was. No, eccola. Ivana is here. I'm Ivana.
She's going to unmute.
No.
There we go.
Hello.
You have a Michigan sweater on. How come you have a Michigan sweater?
Oh yeah.
Sweatshirt. Do you know somebody who is going to college, or you like the team, or?
No, it's my husband sweater.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
I
he
use the sweaters.
is he happy? Oh, the women always love the men's clothes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, it smells like you, it feels like you, it's soft.
Yeah, it's really good. This is
So is your husband happy for the election for Michigan?
I don't know. I don't know them.
You didn't ask him if he was
I gotta ask him.
well, there you go. Now where is your husband from? What country?
The New York. He's from New York.
He's from the United States. Okay. All right. Very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's probably got some very strong opinions about the politics.
Yeah, all Chinese in the TV. He's all time.
Right?
Is seeing the news.
So that is how you learn English. You learn English from the TV, and you learn all the bad words from him.
Yes. Yes. Literally.
All right, so let's jump in with our workbook. All right. See if you have any questions, and we do a couple pages. We're not going to make it a crazy class. I want it to be a good class. So you have a good weekend.
Yeah.
All right, so page 41, I believe.
What's the word?
Yeah.
Did we finish 41?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, okay. I'm
Me
looking
too.
at it. It looks familiar. How about 42 then? All right, what are they saying?
What are they saying?
So here we are going to have some actual conversations, and this is where we really begin to understand because of the practice. And I will give you more examples. In fact, I have a list today that is maybe 100 sentences. So we have good chance to practice. All right, so we have A and we have B. Ivana, you can be A. You're the mom.
All right.
And Fabrizio can be the daughter.
Thank you.
Janet, you've got to do your homework.
But mother, I've already gotten my homework today.
Really?
All right, so let's take a look at what the actual verb was. Got to do, I've already done.
Gotten?
But
No, the actual verb we're looking at is do. Got to, in this case, means how strongly we have to do, but we have to do the homework. So got to is only information to explain how serious it is.
So
So
this,
when we say you've got to or you have got to, it is equal to saying must. So got to or have got to is the same as saying must. So you must do your homework tells you how strongly it is important to do your homework. So what is the participle of do?
this
Do,
Is
did,
done.
done. Yeah.
done. Okay, so do it with done.
And I've already done my homework today.
Okay.
I already done my homework.
So you don't believe him. Really when?
Don't you remember? I got my homework this afternoon. Is
I did.
isn't is
I
not
did.
my did? Yeah,
I,
I change. Okay, I was a verb.
that's okay. That
Yeah,
happens sometimes, and then everything else follows. It's
I
a
did
little confusing. So,
I did my homework this afternoon.
Um,
all right.
Hey,
uh,
done. Hey.
that's right. Oh, that's right. Also, uh, mm, 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 mm.
So what do we do with the letter? What's the verb associated with a letter?
Bro, but first, after also, which one is the
Ah, so we're doing a question and we want to know if it's one time or have you.
when you grown a letter to grandmother? Yeah, hiciste.
What would it be in Spanish? Do you know?
Entonces,
So it's something imperative to do, so it's important. We could say, has escrito
you,
todavía or ya?
okay. So ahí usamos el de todavía. ¿Cuál usamos?
So also, have you
Ahora,
written?
oh,
Has escrito.
participio.
Yep. So have you written a letter to grandma yet?
Have is have you?
Mm-hmm.
Have you written a letter to grandma yet?
Yes, I wrote to her yesterday.
All right. So what do we finish for yes? Yes, I have.
Yes, I have.
Because she
Before,
asked you, have you written? Yes,
yeah,
I have.
before I write, I have. After I write it, correct.
That's okay.
Yeah. Yes,
One thing about learning any language is to learn the rhythm of the language. Now, I know in Spanish and I imagine in Italian, there are a lot more vowels that connect the words together. So the flow is very different. Ours is a little more choppy, but we still have the structure of the grammar, just like the structure of the Romance languages for Portuguese, French, Spanish, and Italian. They're very similar, following the Latin rules. So, have you done? Yes, I have. Have you gone? No, I haven't. We want to feel by hearing it in the question, did you? Yes, I did. Can you? No, I can't. Will you? Yes, I will. Just feel it automatically. If we hear the word in the question, we want to use that word in the answer. Look, excuse me. Now, one thing for this question, have you done, written a letter to grandma? Because we started with, you've got to do your homework, but I've already done it. Because the other person said, I've already done, we know we're using the present perfect for most of the conversation. Where we switch to past perfect is when we give the complete example. I finished it yesterday, or I finished it in the afternoon. I wrote her in the morning. When we are very specific, go to simple past. And for that reason, in this paragraph, we don't have to say, oh, that's right. Also, have you written a letter? Most people are going to say, did you write a letter? Because they think you only write one time is complete. Maybe next week you write another letter, but they worry about it next week.
But when you say, did you write a letter, the did is the past. So you don't gotta use written.
Right.
You could use write in present.
Well, here's a good example of where the difference between did you write, which is like 100% complete, or 0% complete. But if we say, have you written, you could say, answer, oh yeah, mom, I have started, but I need more paper, or I need my dictionary, or I'm tired, or something. So, have you finished allows you to think that you are in the process. So, you might still be doing some of the work.
So you give possibilities.
You're giving the possibility, and what you're doing is you're making the person not feel bad if they have to say no. You want them to say yes, you want them to be finished, you want the result is yes. So you're kind of being polite instead of saying, hey, did you do it? I am going to be angry. No, you are being more casual. Have you done it yet? Okay, please finish it tonight if you haven't. It's your child, maybe. You don't want to be rude to your child. You don't want to be rude in business. So it's definitely more polite, but we don't always use it so much. I know we used it more when I was a child. More now we use the simple past.
Okay.
Is it done? That's another way of using the participle. Instead of has it been done, people say, is it done?
Yeah.
And you know that in Spanish está hecho, but
Yeah.
in Italian, I'm sure you have
È
it's
fatto,
complete.
è fatto,
So è stato hecho or è stato completo?
è stato fatto.
Fatto. Okay. Good. Is dinner done? Cena pato? No. I thought pato was a duck, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to read it back real quickly so you can feel the rhythm. Janet, you've got to do your homework. But mother, I've already done my homework today. Really? When? Don't you remember? I did my homework this afternoon. Oh, that's right. Also, have you written a letter to Grandma yet? Yes, I wrote her to her yesterday. Still pretty formal, given that it's a parent and child, but it's polite.
Yeah, is very polite. This is since 50 years ago.
Yeah, this is written before people had cell phones and video games and
Yeah, none. The answer now is
yeah.
short answer.
All right, Fabrizio, number 2. You can start.
Would you like to swim at the Hill Club tonight?
I don't I don't think so. I'll be ready swim at the health club today.
Very good.
Really? When?
Uh, I'll I'll be there this morning.
All right, it's past. So I swam there or I was there.
Okay, I was there this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't always have to revert and use the verb begin. We could change to I was there. I stopped by there. I visited there. I went there. All right, Ivana, number 3.
Are you going to make your vitamins?
All right, take.
Take, sorry. Are you
I,
going to take your vitamins?
I have already took them.
Take, took, taken.
Took? Not
I've already taken
taken. Oh,
because we have. We have the need for the participle.
taken. Oh,
So I have or I've already taken them.
Okay, okay. If you use I've, you gotta use participio, right?
Yeah, anytime you hear the I've, you've, he's, she's, yep.
Participio. All right.
I've left, I've gone, I've eaten. And what we're going to be doing is when we learn the present perfect continuous, which I started that one day and then I said, no, let's just do the basic. That's when you're going to be using been, estado. So, yo ha estado comiendo or pensando.
Okay.
I have been doing, I've been teaching for a long time. I have been thinking about this for 2 hours. This is easier to remember because there's no rules about the irregular verbs. Everything is ing. I have been doing, I've been watching the television for the political results. We know you're continuing to watch.
no, I work. This is my mistake. Is for attention because in the number 1, number 2, I use the participle. Yeah, yeah. I do my homework while I saw my soccer team today.
Oh boy.
It's true.
You have to be listening to the English soccer game if you want to get the grammar done well. All right.
Okay.
So the word
Read
is vitamins. Vita, like
vitamin,
vital,
Means
vitamins.
vitamins, vitamina.
Yeah.
vitamin.
All right.
Vitamins. Okay.
So are you going to take your vitamins? I've already taken them. Continue, Milana.
Uh, really? When?
I took them before breakfast.
See, there you're giving the example of when. I took them before breakfast.
How
You
about
can,
you?
yeah,
Have you taken yours?
Have you taken?
Take yours. This is my part.
Yeah.
So he's asking you, have you taken yours?
Yes. Yes, I have. I took
Mm-hmm.
mine when I got up.
Good. Yo tomé míos cuando levante. I took mine when I got up.
When I get up, yeah, yeah.
All right. Whose turn is it? Fabrizio, go ahead.
Yeah. I hope Jimmy gets a haircut soon.
Beginning thing. Very good. Don't worry, mother. He ready. He already. Already gotten
Yes,
one.
he's already gotten one.
I'm glad to hear that. When?
When article, yes, he has.
He got one.
He got
Or he got. Sorry, he got a haircut.
haircut yesterday.
That's
Okay.
wonderful.
So there's another use of get. So what would be another verb similar to get that we could use here?
Got tener got.
We could use have. He needs to have a haircut. Don't worry, mother, he's already had one. I'm glad to hear that. When he had one or he got a haircut yesterday. He had a haircut yesterday. Yeah, that's fine. You could use.
He did a haircut.
Yes, I do.
He
Yes, I did.
Because here's a verb where we're not going to use obtain. We're not going to use receive. Need is on the other side.
make.
Get or have. Get is really more in the direction of something that you need. Get to you. So get is really your best verb. But you could use have. He needs to have a haircut soon is okay. All right, next page. We have two more examples with this.
You can use it cut, no?
Let's see.
Yes, I cut. I cut.
He cut.
Well, if we didn't use one, we could say he already cut his hair. Or he already went for a haircut. He probably doesn't cut his own hair, so cut is not as likely a verb to use here. If we're going to use haircut, then we have to have the action verb. So we're not going to say he has to buy a haircut. We're not going to say he has to pay for a haircut. He has to obtain one, and the best word is get.
Yeah, it's different. In Italia, if you ask me, I say, yes, I cut yesterday. Same is like if
Sure.
I personally cut, but is is the other
or somebody,
or
yeah.
cut for you is it's same.
Yeah, you could just say it was cut yesterday, or I got it cut, or I went for a haircut. It all depends on whether you're going to use the word haircut, then you're not going to use the verb cut.
Okay.
All right, next page, Nirvana.
When are you and Fred going to eat at the new restaurant downtown?
We have already eaten there.
Okay.
Really? When?
We ate there last weekend.
Okay. How was the food?
It was terrible. It was the worst food we've ever
Eaten.
eaten.
Because we have we have.
Yeah,
We have, and the other word is we have ever.
yeah.
So what does the word worst mean? How do you say worst in Italian?
Worst, I think is sbagliato.
Okay. In Spanish, el peor.
Il peggior. Maybe same. One
Peor. Okay.
is yes is I make mistake. Il peggiore.
Okay.
Il peggiore.
Ah, yeah. So similar idea. The J is silent, so it's peor in Spanish. No J.
Is what?
El peor. So the food is the worst. La comida el peor.
Il
Peor?
peggiore.
Word? Worst.
We've ever eaten.
Peor.
I confuse always mistake
Esa fue
and
la
worse.
palabra que nunca
Error or errata.
Yeah.
So when are you and Fred going to eat at the new restaurant downtown? We've already eaten there. Really? When? We ate there last weekend. How was the food? It was terrible. It was the worst food we've ever eaten. Too
Okay.
bad. I guess they aren't going back to that restaurant. You know, my mom had a best friend, Sandy, when I was growing up, and always Sandy and my mom Sally, they would make comparison of the movies they watched and also the restaurants. And if Sandy liked the restaurant, my mom didn't like it. If my mom liked the restaurant, Sandy didn't like it. If my mom liked the movie, Sandy said, "Oh, it was horrible. Why did you like it?" You know, they were best friends, but there was always opposite opinion for the
Always
food and the
opposite.
movie.
In Italia, the is for the in this case for the opposite is Bastian contrario.
The contraire, yes. All right.
Okay.
Fabrizio, take us out with number 6.
Okay. When are you going to speak to the boss about a raise?
I'll be ready. I spoke to her. Spoken.
All right. I've already spoken.
Yeah, to her.
And requires no e in frente del SP.
Yep.
Spoken.
Spoken.
Yay. Good.
Really? When?
I'll be spoken.
Let's see. I've already spoken to her. Good.
Ready? When I'll be spoken.
So you repeat, please, because I write, I spoke to her this morning.
I spoke to her this morning, just like that.
No, I don't know. Is
Yep,
correct? Is correct?
that is correct.
Ah, okay.
It's just I spoke, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yep,
Okay.
to her this morning.
What did she say?
She say,
She said, no extra money now. You have to wait a month.
yeah.
You will never get a rise.
I think you're right.
Thank you. Next.
She wasn't very good. She said, do a better job first.
No money.
Have you gone to the bank? Yes, I have. I went to the bank at noon. Have you taken a vacation? Yes, they have. They took a vacation in June. Has he written the letters? Yes, he has. He wrote the letters today. Has she gotten a raise? Yes, she has. She got a raise last May.
I don't understand the song. No.
They have some funny songs. We're gonna switch gears. We're gonna do some screen share here. Let me pull up. Oh, give me 1 second here. Activation failed. While we're doing that, there we go. Activation failed. Okay, I know. So I'm gonna give you. Let's see. I think I sent you this. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh. I had my book on my computer and it just erased almost everything. Oh, wow. I'm going to do something else. Don't save. I'm going to turn it back on. I'm going to do this a little differently. Stop. There we go. All right. That was a little scary. I thought I erased every. I'm going to not take that call right now. All right, now we're back. I can do the screen share. All right. So I don't know if I sent you this list yesterday.
Yeah.
You both check your email. I know you do, Fabricio. All right. So let's just practice these because hearing it, the rhythm, we need the repeat. We don't have to do all of them because it's 1 page, 2 page, 3 page, 4 page, almost 5 pages. So, but to get the feeling, I tried to take some examples that I know people say in the normal conversation. So here's the first one. We have already oh, sorry. Wow, I changed it and I didn't update it. We already have enough problems without you. So why might somebody use that example?
Maybe the teacher in the class with bad classmate.
If it's a bad classmate, certainly there could be some issue. Or if somebody wants to help you and you really don't want their help because they are not very good at helping, they only make it worse. We already have enough problems without you is without your problems. extra problems. So we're saying thank you, but no. Grazie, pero no.
Grazie, però no. Yeah, correct.
All right. You have really grown since the last time I saw you. So you have a niece or a nephew,
Yeah,
and before they were shorter, younger, in a different grade, and now
yeah,
they're older and taller and bigger and more mature.
yeah.
So you have really grown. And remember, you can use the contraction. You can say, you've really
You
grown if
really
you
grow.
want. The emphasis by using you have here is to make the child feel happy. You have really grown since the last time I saw you. Wow, look at you. Oh my gosh, you're taller than your mom. You know?
Yeah,
All right, you're worried that somebody is not hungry. You haven't touched your food. What's going on?
when
Do you have
when
a temperature? Are you nervous about something?
oh, if you do you don't like.
Or you don't like it? Oh boy, if you go to the restaurant and you don't touch your food, you get the waitress nervous.
Yeah, me when I went in the Chinese restaurant.
Okay, maybe it wasn't good or the
Yeah,
service wasn't good. Yeah. All right, I have seen that movie. You could say I saw that movie. Sometimes it doesn't matter which one you say. I saw that movie. I have seen that movie. This would be more to answer the question, have you seen that movie? Yes, I have seen that
I
movie.
have seen a movie.
So we're going to make that an answer since that's more typical.
Yes, yeah.
All right. She hasn't received any phone calls or mail since we left. So we're giving a very obvious time. Everybody agrees when we left. Nothing, she's had zero
Zero.
after leaving, after we left. So we know the answer is nothing, is no communication, nothing, no change.
Yeah,
They haven't been to that shopping center before. This could be good when we're talking about directions. We want to know if they know the area, if they are familiar with the section we are going to give them directions. If you say, oh, tell them it's over by the ShopRite shopping center. Oh, I don't know if they know that. I don't think they've been to that shopping center before. They never live in this part of New Jersey. So they haven't been to that shopping center before is basically telling them 0 times. Oops, sorry. All right, here we got another one question. Have they played the piano?
no, they
No, they haven't. Now it could be has he, has she? No, he hasn't. No, she hasn't. Um, Somebody's asking you some information about Michael. How do you know Michael? Oh my gosh, how long have you known Michael? How long? I have known Michael since high school. I knew him in high school. I know him now. He is my friend. I will continue to know him. So all I have to say is I have known Michael since high school. Not important if we are very close friends now or not. But I imagine you will still have contact because you remember this information. You know you met Michael at some point during high school. We don't care if it was the first year, the second year, the third year, etc. All right, maybe you gave some medicine to your child and you call the doctor or speak to the nurse. My baby has slept better. Is that a correct sentence by itself? Technically, yes, but we want to know what made the change. Why sleep better? My baby has slept better since she took the medicine. So to make it more complete, we want to give the reason, taking the medicine. Oh, all right, next one. I have never been to Texas. So you're just telling me you don't have the experience of visiting Texas. Doesn't tell me that you didn't go by plane, because you didn't go. 0 is 0. Could I say I wasn't in Texas?
No, I haven't.
No, but could somebody, if somebody asked me the question, were you in Texas? Then I would have to answer, no, I wasn't in Texas. But I'm thinking they're talking about one time, like recently. I'm waiting for them to say yesterday or last week, were you in Texas before the election? No, I wasn't. I've never been to Texas.
Okay,
If they
no,
ask me, if I think they're asking about a specific occasion, then I have to answer in the past, simple past. Have you ever been just means one or more times. So here I'm answering 0. No, I haven't.
no, I haven't.
It's the same way of saying no, I haven't. I've never been to Texas.
Okay.
You know, we don't repeat this part, right? We just say I haven't.
Okay, is
No, I
haven't
haven't.
is a for short answer.
When we get into this formal stuff, it starts sounding like we are talking with the lawyer in the court. It gets very detailed. No, I have never been in that apartment. I have no idea that anything was missing or something.
You cannot use I wasn't.
You can't say I wasn't ever there. You have to say I have never been there. If you're going to say I wasn't there on Tuesday, I wasn't there last week, I wasn't there when I was young. Usually you give some example of when, if you're going to use the simple past. All right, they have bought a new car. Now that by itself is not going to be very common. Usually you're going to say they bought a new car. Because the purchase, after you pay the money, the transaction is complete. But you don't usually go somewhere and give money and buy a car like you go to the supermarket for eggs. The process to buy a car usually takes a few weeks of research. You ask your friends their opinion. You look on the internet for the reviews. Maybe you go look at a few examples. You drive, you test. You don't just shell out thousands of dollars. So they have bought a new car is like saying finalmente. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to add that in and make it a little more obvious. They have finally bought a new car. Now you feel that the process was not simple. There was some, it was more laborious or tedious. There's a word. I don't know if you guys know tedious.
TDS.
Tedious. I'm going to look that one up. I don't know that in Spanish or certainly don't know in Italian. Might be the same word. Tedios? Tedioso?
Tedioso.
Tedioso is when is not friendly in Italian.
Like it makes extra effort.
You spell again the word T.
Here, I'll just write it out here and then I'll erase it. Tedious.
Tedious. Yeah, tedioso. Yeah.
Tedioso. Yeah, if it's an IOUS, then it's going to be in Spanish.
Okay. The word is same in Italian, but the means is different.
Oh, wow. Okay. You don't say this exam is very tedious. It's very thorough, very complete. Take a lot of time.
Something not easy, something complicated.
Right, a difficult process.
But in uso is the same boring.
Oh, tedious. Yeah, I could see it.
I translate is the in Italian the tedious is same boring.
Do you know why? Because the example would be like when you were in the Congress, if you were listening to the senators speaking, they speak blah, 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 blah. And you have to listen and not fall asleep. And it's boring. So the process is tedious because you don't want to put the energy to do it.
Yeah, it's similar.
All right.
Tedious.
Very good. I mean, technically, you could say giving birth to a baby is tedious. It could be 20 hours in labor. It's true.
Yeah.
All right. They have finally bought a new car. All right. I have studied at home for 1 hour. Most people are just going to say, I studied at home for 1 hour. If I'm going to say I have studied at home for 1 hour, then normally I'm thinking you might do something else. Like normally you study for 10 hours, or normally you study in the library. Because you make it seem unusual here. I have studied at home for 1 hour. So I'm actually, I'm going to change this. Because once you say an hour, you start to get specific. You want to be simple past. So I have always studied at home for 1 hour, but today, whoop,
Yeah.
what happened? Too fast.
Mm-hmm. For example, you could put I have studying.
I have been studying.
I have been.
Studying is if you study now.
Okay, so normally you study at home, but today you use the library. Now I understand why you say I have always. So I have always is like saying traditionally. Traditionally, I study at home for 1 hour. But today I didn't study at home for 1 hour. I used the library.
Is you use in English routine.
Yeah, routine or the norm.
Okay.
What is normal? All right. There has been an accident. Not that we want another accident, but this is critical information. And the accident is not complete because maybe the police have to come, maybe the ambulance, maybe they have to take a report. So also maybe the traffic is stopped, the car is still there. So when you call the police, they say, "What's your emergency?" There has been an accident. Means it is in process, in proceso. So that's an important one if you're looking for medical emergency. Here's something that in the past we thought was impossible, but now it's becoming more possible. People have not or haven't traveled to Venus. But one day it will be likely, perhaps in 100 years, perhaps in 20 years. We don't know. Only if there's some logical reason to go there.
Maybe you need one wine bottle for travel to Venus. You drink.
Well, I do know that the planet, the gravity is different and the minerals are different. I don't know if there's water, so and I know it's very cold, right? Or no, it's very, very hot.
Yeah, I don't know Venus.
So yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, Alex has studied 2 foreign languages. So what's important is languages, it's plural. We know they're foreign languages. That's kind of duplicate because it's not his own language. But this tells me that either he is a student or maybe he is a professional, maybe a translation in the court. He's more like an expert than a beginner. I can also imagine that maybe he wants to learn another language. So if I say he studied and I take out has, if I just say Alex studied 2 foreign languages, then I think he finished all his school. He's not in high school, he's not in college. And then I think, oh, did he take math? Did he take science? Did he take history? What else? So I'm looking here in the simple past as if his education is complete, but here has studied. I think his education is continuing. If I want to make it more obvious that he's still in school, I could add so far. What does that mean? We talked about that.
Is more different from your language. Example, if we decide studied and Chinese and Arabic.
Okay, could be Chinese and Arabic or German and Russian. But what would so far mean? Alex has studied.
Is far is more different.
We
No?
don't mean far like distance. So what so far means is up until this moment,
Yeah.
or hasta ahora, up till now,
Hasta ahora.
right? So far is a way of saying until now.
Okay.
Okay.
Far.
Finora.
And then I know that he is still a student for sure.
Now understand. I translate, I understand. Finora, until now.
Until now.
Is
So we want to be more clear. We want to use the key words like already, yet, so far, since, for, however number we use. Those are all words we put together with the present perfect. She has learned to speak Spanish. So we can be very specific. We don't just have to say foreign language. I'm going to give this person a name. I'm going to say Rebecca. Rebecca has learned to speak Spanish. What that tells me about her is that before she was speaking another language. So then it makes me curious. Did she move to Central America or South America, maybe? Maybe she moved to Venezuela or if Rebecca's a young child, then I know she is in school and that is the language they're teaching her. Has learned also gives an idea that she is somewhat proficient. Proficiente. Has learned to speak Spanish tells me that she is a higher level.
Okay, professional.
There's confidence in her speaking Spanish.
Okay.
So my Spanish is not perfect, but I have learned to speak Spanish. I can definitely communicate if I go to a different country, if I have to talk on the telephone. If I have to fill out a form, I get a little nervous. I have to remember the word apellido and stuff like that. All right, so Rebecca has learned to speak Spanish means that she has reached a certain level of quality. This is wrong.
she have you?
I don't know where you. No.
Have you?
Yeah. Have you hidden your money? All right. I guess they're talking about like under the mattress, maybe. In a box in the floor, under the plants in the garden. I don't know. Have you hidden your money? All right. Well, some people don't hide physically. They hide from the government by putting their money in the different banks, like Cayman Island. That's an interesting question. All right.
What's the pronunciation? The treasure?
The treasure, yeah, the pirate. The pirate looking for the treasure. Very good. Or a good example where you could use this. What if you are at a birthday party and somebody opens their birthday card and inside is a $50 bill or a $100 bill? Especially if it's a child, they get, they don't pay attention. So you say, "Hey, have you hidden your money? Don't let the other people see it." So that's more like saying put in your pocket. Escondido.
Nascosto.
Nascosto is hidden. All right.
Yeah.
Is that right for Spanish? Escondido.
Escondido. Have you
All
escondido?
right.
Yeah, escondido.
Have you hidden your money?
You are the place in Mexico, Puerto Escondido.
And
Yes.
because it's escondido. Yeah.
Yeah,
The hidden doors. Very good.
it's a good place.
Yeah.
So maybe your friend is getting a divorce and they are in the process of their divorce, and you say, "Have you hidden your money?"
Yeah, it's better.
You don't want your spouse to find out. All right. You have not
Not
gone
gone
home.
home. You,
That sounds like somebody is spying on you. Espiando, spying on you.
yeah,
How about,
with
could we say she has not?
You
I'm
have
going to do it for a person.
gone home.
He, what do I have to change here?
haven't,
He has.
has, hasn't, no?
And
No?
yeah, I'm gonna do the contraction.
Yeah.
He hasn't gone home. So you could say this when you are at the party. You have the party, and you go into the kitchen, and your wife or your husband comes and says, "Has everybody left?" "No, Bob is still here. He hasn't gone home yet." Probably gonna do a yet here.
Yeah,
He hasn't gone yet. Exclamation point.
yeah.
Means you really, really want him to go home now. Please leave. All right. They haven't lived here for years. So maybe you live in your apartment for 5 years and somebody knocks on the door and they are looking for the tenant who was there 8 years ago, 8 years before. And you say, they haven't lived here for years. I don't know this person. Sometimes I get their mail, but I have no idea. We're going to finish off these last two. Okay, the last one. Oh no, where have I left my wallet?
Yeah.
That is pretty formal. I think most people are just going to say, where did? Because
Where?
it's one event and it's very specific. You lose it that time. If you are always losing your wallet, like some people, they always lose their keys, right? Or their glasses. Where have I let? Now we have. Now we make it more obvious. Oh no, where have I left my wallet this time? So now we know it is multiple times. If I'm talking about just one time, I'm going to say, where did I leave my wallet? I could even say this time if you want. So don't worry that we don't always use the present perfect. The simple past is the first choice. I'm going to leave these for you guys. I think we're done for today. If you're good. I'm going to check over the rest of these, make sure that there's no more errors. And you guys are good? What are you doing for the weekend? Ivana, what are you doing this weekend?
I was cleaning my house.
You're going to clean your house? Okay. How about you, Fabrizio?
And Saturday, I I I will meet the friend in Central Park for the picnic.
Okay, this is somebody you know or somebody you don't know? You said the friend, so I'm thinking it's like your wife's friend.
The friend, yeah, is the
All right, so
family
then just say
friend.
a friend or my friend, either one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, when you say the, then it isn't personal.
Okay. Is impersonal, the? Okay.
Yeah, it seems less personal.
My friend, okay, my friend.
Yeah,
Or
good.
as own friend. It's
Our
family,
friend, sure,
own
you can
friends,
include
yeah,
your wife.
yeah.
We have activities outside. We're going to play the drums on Saturday and Sunday. So you can look for the videos on
Yeah,
Facebook.
you will
But
put
we have to clean our garage. Thank
yeah.
you for reminding me, Ivana.
And you gotta invite
Gracias por recordarme. Thank you for telling me cleaning. Because it gets cold in the garage, I should really clean it tomorrow. It's going to be beautiful weather the next 3 days.
Yeah, we gotta go out.
Yes, go outside, go walk, go to the water maybe if you can. Pick up some trees, some leaves or something.
Yeah.
Now is the leaf is a lot.
Sure. Oh yeah, by us we have like a vacuum. It's spinning all the leaves collecting this one part in front of our house. It's crazy. All right, guys. I will give you the homework. Well, you're going to continue from the workbook. There's about 6 more pages, I think. A lot of homework for this chapter because this is where we really need the practice.
Wow.
And then make sure you review the list so that you get an idea of how you feel it. And I will update this list before I send it tonight. All right. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right. Take
Thank
care.
you. Have a great weekend. You will put your concert.
Yep. Yep.
In
You'll see the
Facebook.
video of our
Okay.
drumming. We'll take
Okay.
some video.
Okay. I have curiosity.
Au revoir.
Bye. Bye, Mivana.
Ciao, ciao.